Hero team, welcome back to Vigor. We're about to get stuck in. It's a new map. I've not done this map before, so it's going to be interesting. And this is a bunch of fairly newish or lowish level characters, which is good for us. We hope, anyway. Yeah. All right. We'll see how we do, shall we? Blimey, islands. I'm on an island. One's locked. Struth. Southeast, then across the island. Then west or something. Flippin' heck, this looks like a tough map. Oh, that reminds me. How do I stop doing that? I need to take one of these. So he regenerates health. Huh, not sure. This is a new thing for me. Oops. Yeah, maybe you need to be wounded. What did I say? Southeast. Oh. Islands. Oh, here we are. Yeah, stuff. Struth! Someone's sniping. That's what that's about. Look, this boat! Oh my gosh, can we get on the boat? More food. I'm not really sure I understand the value of food, but I'm sure someone's going to tell me it's important, right? I think there's a radio player or something. There's something making a noise. Bayonet. Not sure. Still hear shooting up there. Oh yeah, the boat. We're trying to figure out how to get to the boat. Well, that was a bit silly. No, I don't want to do that. I want that. Thank you.
Use the comm station to change the drop zone.
More food. Right, blimey, I'm gonna have to seriously head west. Why am I heading east? Just shooting. Oh, there's a guy way over there. It's very far away. It's gone into that house. Ooh! Need to leg it. Not in good condition. Blimey. Where's that antibiotic? I can't figure out how to use it. I'm gonna have to figure that out because it's sort of important. Where am I? This way, you say?
The plane with the airdrop is about to reach your area. Avoid the drop zone if you're not ready to fight with other Outlanders.
How do we... well that's interesting. Well, we got out of that alive. We managed to kill 2 people. One of them was trying to undo a code lock, which is a silly thing to do. And the other one had a go at it, which is fine, but I'm confused why I couldn't use my consumables. So that's a touch annoying. And I think we went up a level, didn't we? So I'm going to have a look into that. Now, listen. Here's the thing. So, it's been a week, right? Oh man, has it been a week? It's been quite a week. What with the servers doing all of the funny things that they've been doing. And it's still going on, would you believe? So, actually, I have actually played a couple of times. One time was an experiment, and the other time I was actually recording and something happened and I couldn't get on, and I ended up losing the recording at the end of the day. Is the long and the short of it. So I have got on. So I have built this. This is the water distiller. So if we go back here and we have a look at our build menu, we need up here, we need 6 improvements. You can see at the top it says 5 out of 6 total improvements to level up. So we have here, we added another level to the crafting table, we added the water distiller, and we now have the opportunity to upgrade the wooden log. So I will do that, and I will upgrade the wooden log, and when that is done we will be moving on to the next level, which is in 4 minutes or so. So oh, just a thing on this, because maybe you do know, maybe you don't. So if you go and you have a look at whatever the improvement is, and you scroll down with the right, it'll kind of give you an indication. The crafting one is a little bit more involved, because with every level it gives you different blueprints of weapons that you can make. So I'm now at level 3, so everything with the tick I can make, which is really good. I can make the AKM, which is pretty good. And you know, further on you go, you get more and more stuff. What am I using? I'm using like an A7 4K, which is like level 7. Woo. Anyway, so there you go. If you go over to something else like water distillation, you can see here, reduces crafting time and cost of instant craft. The wooden log grants you materials per hour. I don't really know what materials are for yet. I haven't quite figured what that is at. Down here, like it says, is food. Again, I don't really know what the food is for. Um, so this one's a kind of a, you can make the outhouse, which increases the production of the box of plants. The box of plants generates food per hour, so this is like a self-reinforcing kind of a thing. Yeah, so you got food per hour. So really, I mean, other than the cosmetic stuff, what is this really getting us? Well, this I guess this helps. Definitely the crafting table helps. Um, I don't know what materials are for. Reduces crafting time. Well, that probably helps. Gain from deconstruction. I don't know what that means. I really just don't know. This allows you to build more improvements at once, which is great. This is a good one. Generating crowns per day. Well, that's what you want, because we know that crowns are worth things. So we probably want to set some priorities for things that we want to ramp up. Now, obviously, the higher up they get, the more and more and more and more materials they need. I mean, 320 metal parts. So, but I guess, you know, decreases cost of consumables, etc., etc. Right. Another thing that I found out, when you come back, you probably want to have a look at your equip scheme, because everything you get ends up being stored here, and it will go out with you again if you don't remove it. So this fancy rifle, I'll put that into storage. This bayonet will go into storage. That will go into storage. This is now saying there's like possibly needs something out of ammo. That's fine. We'll go over to the ammo side of things. Yeah, we're out of ammo. Woo, we got lucky, I guess, out of ammo, killing that guy. So we'll unequip the stack of those. And no, sorry, we want to do the stack. So let's do it a stack at a time. The rest of this ammo, I do not need. My AK-74 takes 545 things. These are all like gear stuff. Yeah, I don't need that. Restores half of lost health that stops bleeding. Um, we'll unequip that, and we'll unequip that. We'll try and unequip one of those, and we'll unequip one of those, because I haven't found out how to use them, which is super weird. Ammo, that's what we need. Probably want a stack. or 40, which is fine. Maybe even 80, just in casey. And that's all good. Where are we with our 32 seconds until we go up? What are we getting? We're getting the inner walls covered with tarp. So we should probably get a little whatchamacallit for that, a little animation. So let's just see what that looks like, shall we? She drank that through her mask. Right, okay. Well, I don't don't really need to see all the changes for that. We can go upstairs. Let's go upstairs and have a look. Look at all this wonderful, marvelous tarp that you have found. Yeah, there we go. So we got the new shelter. Right, controls. How do we use stuff in our inventory? Quick melee, swap perspective, movement, gesture, fire mode, map, camera left, options, weapon. Equip last consumable. Consumable menu is L1. Okay, can everyone remember that? Can everyone try and remember that L1 is for the consumables? So we know we have consumables. So let's try and make them work for us. Right, let's see if we can get another one of these working. I'm not going to lie to you, I've had hit and miss with these today, so we'll see how long it takes, and we'll see if we can get on. If not, it might be that I have to go back another time and record this. So I'll see you in a minute. Right. Well, the short answer was no. We didn't. Level 50, and I'll talk to you about some of the issues I've had since last night, which is when I recorded the first part of this, and yeah, some of the issues with matchmaking and various other bits and pieces, like why there's a level 50 guy here with a whole bunch of other people. I thought it was supposed to balance it out. It doesn't seem very balanced. So anyway, I guess we'll see how we go. This is Brodallen Bridges. I couldn't get into the Dverg Forest, so don't know anything about that. And we now have crossplay enabled. I don't know when you'll be seeing this, but it's the 11th of February as I'm recording it, and the crossplay 1.35 update has just come out for consoles only. So we're not playing against PC. So yeah, I don't know. I'll look. We'll see how we go, shall we? Oh, he's left. He's left because this is not enough of a challenge for him. Who's that guy? So we've got a bunch of level 15s and 16s, which is fine, and a 14 and everything and so on. So I think that's actually pretty balanced. So he's gone out, which is great. So this is going to make it pretty balanced. He probably figured that if he killed Outlanders, it's a little bit like shooting fish in a barrel. So here we are, we're over here, and there's a variety of things not a million miles away from us, including the barred house, and we'll talk about that eventually, right? I didn't bring any medical stuff, but there you go. Can we get across this water? We can. I figured out how to make the medical stuff, consumable stuff, work. It's, in my opinion, real clunky. You have to hit L1 to pull up the menu, then go to whatever you're going to, and then it gives you the option to say heal self. You see there at the bottom. Obviously, I'm not sick, so I don't need to heal myself. Oh, not food again. houses don't make great loot.
Hey!
I wish I would stop doing that. The heck is that? Oh, someone's trying to get into the locked container. Which is, seems to be sort of not a million miles away. Someone's gone straight for the safe as well.
If you want the airdrop to fall into a different zone, use the comm station.
You can also do other things with the airdrop. You can booby trap it. Hehehe. North error, because I'm getting really lost. Oh, that was a good headshot, actually. Who's who's he? Simplicity 9101. He got me with a headshot there, which is fine. Anyway, there you go. Right. So, yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, I've really struggled with the matchmaking. So obviously they pushed through 1.35 update, and I hope it was going to make things easier. It certainly brought out the crossplay stuff, which is fine. Um, but I've really found you can maybe do one game per session, and then you just seem to get stuck in a loop matchmaking. And if it takes more than about 3 minutes, it seems to be largely a waste of time, because it just goes on and on and on. You get stuck in this kind of loop, and then you go out. And it doesn't matter how many maps you try, you end up stuck in this matchmaking loop. So I don't know what the story with that is, whether this is a temporary thing or whether that's just a game. If it's just a game, then that really blows, because you spend an awful lot of time trying to matchmake for what is a very short game, right? So I had about 5 minutes of gameplay, and it took, you know, well, it took me 3 or 4 goes to get that encounter. So it's taking an awful long time to matchmake, and I don't know what the story with that is. Now, on other news, there's a couple of things I found out. First is, I managed to get enough stuff to build the antenna, which is great because it automatically generates crowns. So this is something which is pretty good, and one of the things we want to have. If you have a look through the build menu stuff, obviously, as I've said, the crafting and the crowns are probably a priority. The rest of the stuff, yeah, I don't know. Decreases cost of consumables, maybe. Generates metal, possibly. Reduces building time and cost of instant build, yeah, okay, but that's way up there. Um, Food, I don't know why you want food. It doesn't seem to. I don't seem to need food. I don't see the point. So actually, there's not a lot of things in the shelter that are of use, which is a bit unfortunate, really, from that perspective. What I also did find out or realize perhaps is, if you use the options menu to go over to the guide has some very useful information. Who knew? Who knew the guide would be useful? Um, and the gameplay stuff covers all of the kind of bits and pieces. You've got deconstructing here, which says if you're lacking materials, you may deconstruct weapons and so on. That's something I'll probably look into, because I think I have a lot of stuff that I simply don't need and I'm not going to be using. Knives, bayonets, um, pistols, that kind of thing, because I'm probably never going to actually be good enough to use those in any way, shape, or form. And there's probably like traps and things. I'm not a trappy person. I guess that might work better for some of the other kinds of encounters, but I think for right now I probably don't need them. So I might be able to bolster some of my stuff with deconstructing things. Um, Down here in the encounter stuff, there's some interesting things. This is where I learned about the airdrop. That you can buff it or debuff it with comm stations, and you have these mapped or map events. So the buried cache, I ran across that and obviously didn't know anything about it. Didn't find a map. Didn't find a key. Phone jewel I don't do. Red chest, I didn't know there was a red chest. So there's a red chest which acts like an airdrop crate. You then have the loot events. We saw some of that. The locked container. It's got 3 combination locks which need to be solved. I don't know how you solve those. just by randomly picking numbers seems incredibly dangerous, because that can take quite a while. So you probably just need to shoot them, to be honest. The barred house. I was actually trying to find that on the map that we just played, but I, for some reason, couldn't find it. I kept thinking I was going in the right direction, but somehow kept missing it. So I'm not really sure what that's about. The time safe. Done that once before. That takes time, but it's doable. And then you have these tactical things, which you saw the comm station, where you can mess around with the airdrop. You can put on a booby trap. You can have stealth, a decoy, oversized, radioactive, and so on. The disruptive tower, which jams signals. The signal detector, which allows you to see other outlanders. So we kind of used all three of those. And that's it. And then it goes through some of the other things for like the shootout, the elimination, and what's happening at your shelter, and so on and so forth, and such like. And thing. So there are more things to it, and there are things going on. My main beef at the minute is really the matchmaking, and it does seem to take an absolute age to get a session done. So for just this one map that I've done, I've now been in the game for more than an hour, and managed to get one successful play. So that's a bit of a downer, and I'm going to be using the feedback tracker to put some feedback into BI and say, really, matchmaking, 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops, and that's a long time. I don't see why matchmaking should take quite as long as it does. Anyway, there you go. Win some, lose some. We'll need to find a new loadout. We might need to deconstruct some stuff. We might need to do some things offline. And I'll see you all again for the next one real soon. Hopefully maybe matchmaking times come down. Who can say? Until then, do click a like, do subscribe to the channel, do click the bell notification so you know when the next one of these is coming out. If you have any thoughts, opinions, comments, tactics or tips, please feel free to drop a line below the video, and I will see you all again real soon. Ta-ta for now.